What's going on, guys? Asian guy here, long time no see. I am bringing you a video discussing the 5-year anniversary global shenanigans. A lot has gone down, and when I say long time no see, I'm probably going to be repeating that in several different videos, and please don't mind that or don't pay attention to that because I've just basically recorded a bunch of different videos. The footage is all over the place, and I'm still getting back into the groove of YouTube content creation, Twitch streaming, and also just getting stuff in my life back together. I've been away for 10 days and it feels weird. I was surrounded by the ocean. I went to India as well. I went to the Maldives, and yeah, it was bizarre. I'll talk about that in a different video, but it's a different experience for a weeb like me. But all of that nonsense aside, let's talk about the nonsense that is the 5-year anniversary of Global. First of all, the SNS problems. A lot of people can't even get into the game and do their free multi-pools. This is, I believe, my 4th or 5th take for this video. My first take did actually have my free multi-pools, but unfortunately messed the recording up, so there's nothing to show there. I will tell you now though, I didn't get anything from any of them other than the second multi-pool, which I got V2 Big Mum on, which was very nice, a secret red. But that aside, Kaido is the 5-year anniversary legend, as almost everybody and their grandmother predicted. But let's talk about the Sugofest. It is a 3x legend rate up. Also, big shout out to Ghetto Stepper from the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit. If you are ever looking for a resource for lots of One Piece Treasure Cruise information and different people to talk to, the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit, the link in the description will be down below, is a fantastic place to do so, as well as the Discord that they run as well. So shout out to all the community members there, and shout out to the people who really go the extra mile for the community, like Mr. Ghetto Stepper here, and making all of these infographics for us. Very, very, very helpful and very much appreciated. God bless ya. Well, let's get into it. Kaido 5th anniversary. I want to make this a TLDR now because my first 2-3 takes were all like 25 minutes long, which is way too long. Way too long. First multi, all wanted posters 5 stars or better, which means you have a higher chance of putting legends. There will be no fake golds in there, which are like 3 stars that evolve into 4 stars, so that's very nice as well. But that aside, I can't say any of these step ups are anything special. Second and 5th multi is a guaranteed rate boosted character, so basically nothing. 3rd and 6th multi is just your standard guaranteed legend. 8th multi is a guaranteed legend max special, which is, you know, it's basically just a guaranteed legend. 10th or 12th multi, last one to post is guaranteed to be a limited pool Sugofest exclusive. Now this is the most important part, I guess, because a lot of people have been saving up their gems for this anniversary, and limited pools, I gotta say, aren't necessarily that fantastic. 15th, 18th, 20th multi, please. As the airplane flies across in the background, guys, and as Jojo sleeps there in the background. Jojo! Hello. She's so cute. She's so cute. Give her a little head rub there. But please don't go that deep on this Sugofest, guys. It is a 3x legend rate up. That is very, very, very good. You can still get absolutely shafted. Don't get me wrong, 2.5x legend rate up. You guys saw what happened to me on Luffy, Zoro, and Sun God of Sugofest. It did not go well. It did not go well. Having said that, I did get a lot of legends. I got a lot of good legends. I just didn't get any new legends. So if you have a lot of legends already, this is a Sugofest you might actually consider skipping, which is kind of insane to say because a 3x legend rate up. My advice to TLDR is if you have someone like Snake Man, you have good subs for Snake Man. Snake Man has proven to conquer the test of time. He can clear almost, or pretty much everything, and he's one of the fastest legends to do it as well. So if you have Snake Man, you should be very cautious about pulling on this Sugofest. Something else I want to talk about is a lot of people are speculating that Luffy, Zoro, and also the new legend Sanji will be coming out very, very soon. I am going to tell you this now. I will bet my 2 nutsacks that it's just going to follow the same pattern as always of being 4, 5, or 6 months after the Japanese release. And if we take that into consideration, that's either going to be May or June, since the units came out for New Year's. So that is my prediction, and I am very 99.9% confident they are not going to be coming out straight after this anniversary. They might come out sooner, but I'm still going to say May or June. May or June, guys, is when they're going to come out. So if you are planning to save your gems because you don't think this Sugofest is that great, make sure you have legends that can clear content, namely Snake Man. Otherwise, you are going to be struggling, especially not pulling for so many different rare recruits who will help you out in the long run. Having said that, the rare recruits on these banners are not good. They are not very, very good. I won't lie to you, they are not very, very good. But let's begin. Limited Pool Legends Part 1. I have to say, Part 1 is by far the weakest part. Let me remove my webcam so you guys can see. Kaido is basically null because he's available on every single part. If we take that into consideration, you have got Douglas Bullet, who is still one of the best legends in the game, so he is a big W if you pull him. V2 Mihawk, very much irrelevant on Japan. That doesn't mean he's bad, does not mean he's bad whatsoever. It just means that there's not much content out there where you're going to be using him over, for example, Snake Man. And I would say Snake Man is a safe example. It's a good staple to compare everyone to. If he's not faster, if he's not safer, if he's not better or stronger than Snake Man, what's the point in using them to farm, right? Because Snake Man is faster, safer, more efficient. If you're not the type of player who likes to play efficiently and you want to get your farming done ASAP, then that's a different story. Then absolutely go ham on whatever banner you want to. But V2 Mihawk, unfortunately, the only relevance he's had since his release were the class restricted events like the World Journey event, which has already happened on Global anyway. So unless class restricted events come back again, which I'm quite a fan of, I do like using legends that I don't normally use, then that's not bad at all. But we move on. Vivian Rebecca is a big W, fantastic sub, very, very relevant. Kizuna Kessen, treasure map mode, loads of different hard pieces of content with cheesiness in them. You want them. They are very, 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 very good. Even as a captain for Kizuna Kessen, very, very good, which is surprising, right? Because you don't expect them to be a good captain, but they're actually very good as a captain, because in Kizuna Kessen, color affinity is pretty damn useful when you want to have that type advantage. Whitebeard and Marco, irrelevant. I know loads of people don't want to hear that, but Whitebeard and Marco are very, 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 very irrelevant now. That doesn't mean they're bad, don't get me wrong. They just don't see that much gameplay or usage anywhere, mainly because of their special. It's just not that useful anymore. Normal attack only buff, or debuff I should say. It's horrible. It's horrible. Same thing for V2 Katakuri. He has a bit more usage and leeway because he has got good typings. When I say good typings, I mean his classes, the subs you can use for him, and then of course his special has more usage for hard pieces of content. But outside of that, again, hasn't seen much play or necessity on Japan outside of the most extreme like one-time content like forests or guard missions. Outside of that, treasure map mode, Kizuna Kessen Colosseums, which is the stuff you're going to be farming and grinding out for, not that relevant. Inu Neko, again, I'd say they're okay. I would still consider V2 Katakuri a big W if you don't have him. If you pull him, that's a big win. Inu Neko, I would consider like a medium. That's like an average. That's like an okay. If you pull him, it's okay. But for 10 multis, oof, that's an oof. Garp, no. No, ladies and gentlemen, no. The boosted rare recruit batch out of here, Charlotte Opera is the best. By far, Charlotte Opera is the most relevant. He gets so much game time, so much usage as well. Everybody else though, I guess Perispero as well is a very good one as well. In fact, the entire Charlotte batch here, Charlotte Daifuku as well, does see gameplay. Everybody else though, really doesn't see that much gameplay. They have gone for powerhouse and strikers on every single part for Kaido, assuming that you're going to pull Kaido, which isn't the case, which I think is a bit absurd. Even the Kaido batch, the Beast Pirates, I won't lie, they're not that good. I mean, they're not bad, but they're kind of average. You don't really see a use for them. You don't really need to play with them. There's no content that's specifically catered around them. So, you know, then even if you pull them, it's kind of underwhelming. Everybody else, though, I would say not relevant at all, including Robin and Crocodile there. Part 2. Sabo and Koala. Sabo and Koala! If you have them already, congratulations. I still don't have them, but Kaido, Sabo, Koala, Luffy Ace, what am I saying? Luffy Law! Beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen. To my favorite character as well, Trafalgar Law, who is my favorite character. I can't believe I did that, but Luffy Law, Sabo, Koala, Cracker, and Kaido are the big W's there. Brook, Capone, and Barto and Cavendish. I tried so hard to repress myself from saying Dex, Barto, and Cavendish. But Those are like medium, they're like okays, but for 10 multis, again, that's kind of an oof. And then Jinbei is just like, you know, it's the crying. Every single crying meme you can think of, that is what will happen if you pull Jinbei or Garp. When it comes to the rare recruits, I would say Purarine, bottom left corner. I don't know what her English name is, but in Japanese it's Purarine. And also Kaku. Actually see a lot of use, especially in Kizuna, Kessen, and Colosseums. They're actually quite good. Watatsumi did get a limit break plus that allows you to remove Sailor Bind, but outside of that, yeah, you know, it's kind of like whatever. And then Jinbei is only good as a support now. Everybody else is a bust. Actually, Peckham's is not bad as well. Peckham sometimes has some niche usage, but Pika, bust. Sandersonia, bust. And depending on if you've already got his support ability maxed out, Jinbei's also bust. Watatsumi is kind of a bust as well. Limited pool legends for part 3. Part 3 is, I would say, you have the highest chance of pulling someone that is a good legend. But having said that, are they relevant? That's the different thing. Relevancy and good are very, very different. V2 Sanji and Dex Sabo are both good legends, but they are highly irrelevant. You really don't see that much gameplay from them. You really don't see a need to have them in your team, or they're just a better alternative, which is the biggest shame of all. But having said that, 6 units in here, super relevant, super good. If I go for my tier list that I uploaded in January, this is my legend sub tier list. The main criteria here for the top priority was Kizuna Kessen. I think that's the most important piece of content in the game. Drops the best units, drops the best resources essentially alongside treasure map mode, and just has, it's one of the better game modes in my opinion. And on that, these 3 legends, V2 Big Mom, V2 Shanks, and Charlotte Cracker, absolutely unrivaled. You can slap them on almost every single team in Kizuna Kessen and they will do good work. They will do really, really good work. And on that note, part 3 has got both V2 Big Mom and V2 Shanks, which is superb. And then the top row there, Kaido, Stampede Luffy, you got Shirahoshi and Manchuri, and also Sanji and Judge. All fantastic, fantastic units in their own rights. A lot of them are very good for niche reasons, especially Stampede Luffy and Shirahoshi Manchuri, but having them just gives you that peace of mind, means that you can clear so much extra content that you wouldn't have been able to clear because you're missing X or Y sub. The boosted rare recruits here though, I would say are probably the weakest. You have got Katakuri, who is okay. You've got Oven, who does see gameplay. Everyone else is kind of irrelevant. Heracross, guys, I can't believe this. Like, what? Why? It's kind of outrageous, but very, very, very bad choice there. Beppo is kind of okay. He's good for niche reasons, but his support ability again is kind of good for niche reasons. But outside of that, you're really, really reaching to try and get a good reason to pull on these banners. 3 times legend rate up. My recommendation is doing 3 multis, maybe 6 multis if you're missing a lot. If you don't have someone like a Snake Man, if you don't have anyone who is a top tier legend out of this list here for your captains, if I can get it up here. If you don't have any of these legends on here, minus Buggy and Jack, then I highly recommend you pull. I highly recommend you whale on this Sugofest, but if you do have any of these legends, going from Luffy Law all the way down to Carrot from left to right, if you have like 2, 3 of these legends, it really doesn't hurt if you skip this, because there aren't going to be a bunch of other good legends coming out after this. All the way in between Kaido to Luffy, Zoro, and Osoba Mask. There's going to be a lot of good legends out there that you will be able to pick up on as well. But this is a bit outdated now. It's January tier list. It's now February. Things have changed, but I do stick by most of this. For the most part, you do, like for example, on Global, Kaido will be really, really high up. Arguably one of the best to have for the next few months. But he does drop off a little bit when the content gets harder again. More barriers, more normal attack only, more buff clearances, etc. to counter him. But all that aside, if you have Snake Man, which almost everyone does, don't go ham on this Sugofest. That is my personal recommendation. I'm just looking at it now. Don't go ham on this Sugofest, because the Luffy Zoro Sugofest, when it comes out, Kaido will be in the pool. Sabo Koala will be in the pool. So many other legends will be in the pool. Loads of rare recruits. You're going to have more legends. I'm not saying save all your more legends. You're going to have more gems. Don't save all your gems necessarily, but make sure you have a reserve. Make sure you're able to do at least 6 multi-pools on the Luffy Zoro Sugofest. And I'm going to say that's going to be coming out in May or June. I'm 99.9% certain. On my 2 nutsacks, I will bet that they will not come out this month or the next month. So I'm very confident that's not going to happen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. We did beat 20 minutes. We are on, I believe, 15 minutes or so. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know whether or not you're going to be pulling, whether or not you're going to be whaling, what your conditions are. Again, I will repeat, if you have Snake Man and you have good subs for Snake Man, don't whale. Part 3 is the best if you're missing out on subs. If you have Snake Man and you don't have any of V2 Big Mom or V2 Shanks or Man Cherry and Shirahoshi and even Dex Sabo, Sanji and Judge as well, good powerhouse sub as well, then Part 3 is looking very, very good for you. If you are a Snake Man player, Part 3 is very tasty. But other than that, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you want Captains, Part 2 is the way forward. Part 1 is the no bueno, is what I'm going to say. But again, it very much depends on your box, guys. You guys know what you need. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. I will try my best to answer as many of them as possible. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day. This is like my 6th or 7th take. Bye-bye.